Have you ever wondered if God is really healing you? Because sometimes healing doesn't look the way we expect. We think healing means the pain disappear. We think healing means we never cry again. We think healing means we never struggle again. But that's not how God often works. In many cases, healing isn't the absence of pain. Healing is becoming stronger while walking through it. Today, I want to share a few signs that God may be healing you even if you don't fully realize it yet. The first sign is that you don't react the same way anymore. The situation may still hurt. The disappointment may still sting. The criticism may still bother you, but you notice that you're responding differently. Maybe there was a time when one negative comment would ruin your entire week, or would be a reason for an argument, for a fight, but not anymore. Now you pause, you pray, you reflect, you process, and you move forward. That doesn't mean you're perfect, it means you're growing. It means God is transforming you from the inside out. The second sign is that you recover faster. Life still happens, people still disappoint you, plans still fall apart, you still face challenges, but you don't stay stuck as long as you used to. Maybe years ago, a setback would have taken months to recover from. Now it takes days or weeks. Why? Because God is building resilience in you. One of the clearest signs of healing is not that you never fall, it's that you get back up again. The third sign is that you stop blaming anyone else. This one is hard, but it's about taking self responsibility. Because when we're hurting, it's easy to focus on what others did to us. And sometimes people truly did hurt us. But healing begins when we stop living as a victim of our past and start becoming responsible for our future. And this is also evolving. Healing sounds like that happened to me, but it doesn't have to define me. That was painful, but I can still grow. I cannot change the past, but I can choose what I do next. Responsibility is not blame, responsibility is power, and God wants you to walk in freedom. The fourth sign is that you start seeing purpose in your pain, not because the pain was good, not at all. Not because God wanted you to suffer, but because God is able to redeem what was broken. I look back at some of the hardest moments in my life and I realized that God used those experiences to make me more compassionate, more understanding, and more dependent on Him. My father's death was the worst pain of my life. And after that, because of the the reason, the way, because of the way of his death, and I studied about some numbers related to mental health. And yeah, it was painful. I was angry. I was questioning a lot of things. But after a couple months processing, I felt the calling. I felt God calling me to write my second book. That's a devotional that will help people struggling with mental health. How do you get closer to the version God wants you to be? I saw myself creating more programs. I spoke in front of thousands of people about mental health, about mindset, about being resilient. So this is just an example of how God uses your pain, but he gives you strength to help others. Through because of that pain, because of that process, you're capable, you're able to ease others' pain, to help others' lives. The pain didn't destroy me, God used it to develop me. Romans 8:28 reminds us that God works all things together for good for those who love him. Not some things, all, all things. Even the things we wish had never happened. The fifth sign is that you trust God even when you don't understand. This may be the greatest sign of healing because faith is easy when everything makes sense, when everything is good, when doors are opening, when prayers are being answered exactly the way we hoped. But healing produces a deeper faith, a faith that says, God, I don't understand this season, but I trust you. I don't see the whole picture, but I trust you. I don't know what comes next, but I trust you. That kind of faith changes everything. And before I finish, I want to encourage you with something. Maybe you're watching this and you're still hurting. Maybe you're still grieving. Maybe you're still trying to make sense of what happened. Maybe you're wondering if you ever feel whole again. Please hear me. Just because you're still healing doesn't mean God isn't working. Sometimes God is doing his deepest work in the seasons where we see the least progress. And I live to that. Don't quit. Don't give up. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep showing up. Because one day you'll look back and realize that God carried you through every step of the journey. One of the clearest signs of God's presence in your life is not a life without pain. It's your ability to keep walking through it. If this message encouraged you, let me know in the comments. What is one thing God has helped you overcome? I'd love to pray for you and hear your story. Thank you for being here. And remember, God is not finished with you yet. He has amazing plans for your life. Keep trusting.